What's going on? What's going on? I'm Eugene Napoleon. This is Napoleon's Corner. Before I get started, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate your support. This particular episode is actually episode 217. 217. And this episode is very meaningful. They all are meaningful, but this particular episode deals with help. Basically, the help you need is the title, the help you need. And I think about this because there's been a lot going on, just in very different, ways in my, my family's life and good friends of mine and just people in general that I know. So I decided to do this particular topic based on, you know, you can never be too prideful when you need help. And you never know where that help is coming from. That's another thing. So I always say, again, don't be too prideful. Don't be too proud to accept help from someone. A helping hand, usually people are offering a helping hand because they understand that you need it, number one. And they understand that 9 times out of 10, they're caring about your best interests. And that's where that help is coming from. And it comes in many different ways and many different forms. So, for instance, if you're being completely honest with yourself, those of us who, if you are dealing with something, you know exactly what you're dealing with. You may not be forthright or you may not be honest when you are going through something, but you know you may need help. But because of personal pride or, you know, again, because of being too proud to ask for it, even if you don't ask for it and somebody's going to provide it because they know or they may feel or they may have heard that you're dealing with something, it's okay to accept it. It really is. And the type of help, and what's interesting about help in general, right? Just because you may disagree, let's say you're dealing with an issue and someone brings forth some type of help, and you may not like where that help, let's say, is coming from, but you know it's needed. And you know it's being provided because this individual or group of people care about you. Just accept the help. You know, I've known many cases where someone needed some help and they was just not trying. They didn't want it. Even though they needed it, they didn't want it. And that's the worst position to be in. If you're the person on the outside looking in and you see a loved one struggling with something and they just won't accept the help. Man, it's tough. It's tough. Help really does come in many different ways. Just be open to receive it. I'm gonna share this story because it brings me back to one of my brothers before he passed, and it was actually my brother Kenny, and he had a lot of issues with drinking, and he had cirrhosis of the liver. Um, he had lung cancer, being a chain smoker. Um, Died at 45 years of age. But I remember a month before his death, he and I sat down and we had this long conversation. And I couldn't understand why he was still smoking and still drinking. And he explained to me, like I said, it was about 4 weeks before he passed. He said, listen, I already know that I'm dying. I already know that I'm going to die. So I'm afraid of dying. So I'm either going to die drunk. I'm not going to be sober when I die. So the help that I provided him, well, just listening, number one, but I basically made him a deal. If you will allow me to admit you into the hospital, I'll make sure that I keep your phone on. So obviously people can call you. We can call you. I'll make sure I keep your TV on so you can watch TV. But please let me admit you into the hospital. So that was our little agreement. And that was my little form of help. I just wanted him to be, A, in a position where he was at least in a hospital. He was at least somewhat comfortable for the most part. He was at least being cared for 24/7. And that was my form of help for him. And it was tough. Let me tell you something. It was tough because he and I went back and forth on this thing for weeks. I do mean weeks. Matter of fact, months even, because weeks turned into months prior to that last week of his life. And I'm going to tell you something. It was one of the hardest things to do to get him to agree to accept help, number one. But being in that position with him already knowing that he was at the last stages of his life, that is the toughest position to be in when you're talking to someone and they know that they're not long for this world, right? So, and I've been in that position several times with certain people in my life that I loved and cared about, and it's tough. So, my point is, what makes this such an emotional topic for me is because, like I said, I'm seeing where help is needed. And again, help comes from a lot of different ways and from a lot of different people. Do not be prideful. Just don't be so proud where you're not going to receive help from people that love you, they care about you, they want your best interest, they want to make sure that you're getting everything that you need. Accept the help. If it's given, it's being provided, just accept the help. Trust me. At the end of the day, love comes just like help comes in many different shapes, sizes, colors, the whole 9 yards, all across the spectrum. When people love you, they will extend a helping hand. Don't be too proud to accept that extended hand. I'm Eugene Napoleon. This is Napoleon's Corner. I'll see you next week. Take care.